from Dubbo Regional Council. We have the Mayor, Mathew Dickerson. How are you?
Yeah, very good. Thanks, Rod. Great to be chatting to you again.
Now, there's been the naming of thoroughfares of the former RAAF-based depot.
It's always nice when people try and name streets that are related in some way, shape or form to the area they're in. So obviously what they've done in this case is they've tried to name the streets after a range of different aircraft. Some might have been involved in wars, some may not have been, but to keep with that RAAF-based theme, there's lots of different interesting names in there.
It's a very going to be, I reckon, a very popular place to live, sort of very central in Dubbo.
It's pretty hard to get new pieces of dirt that close to the CBD of any place, but yeah, to get that within probably 3 or 4 minutes drive of the CBD, that I think you're spot on. That'll be a really popular area to live.
Some of the places that people might be able to buy a home is Spitfire Drive, Tiger Moth Circuit, the Dragonfly, Meteor, Vampire, Sabre, Skymaster, all being put up as names of roads and streets through the base, former base.
The former base, that's right. My favourite, of course, is Vampire. Can you just imagine living on Vampire Street on, say, Halloween night, some of the fun you might have down there. But and I wasn't actually aware that Vampire was the name of an aircraft, but that was, obviously they're all names of aircraft. You just rattled off there, but that was the name of an aircraft. I don't know that I want to be flying in a Vampire aircraft.
Definitely not. Now, there's going to be some construction done around a new Heritage Plaza.
Yeah, that's right. Outside the jail, there's a building there that Council purchased a couple of years ago now, and this is part of some of the money that we received from the amalgamation process. So there's going to be some demolition work going there. It would look like we're a really big city when you start to see some of the demolition work, and that will then be cleared. It's the old State Bank. Many people would remember the State Bank there. That'll be cleared out. The big picture plan for that is to build an entire Heritage Plaza, open up that whole area there, because for anyone that's been to the jail there, the old Dubbo jail I'm talking about, it's a bit hidden away and it's a bit hard to see as you're just walking along the street, and you've got to know it's there to actually get there. The idea of opening up these whole Heritage Plaza is to open up the jail, open up the entrance there, and really make this nice plaza, somewhere you can just sit around, maybe have your lunch, just sit and enjoy the bit of the sunshine, and also open up that entrance to the jail. So that that demolition work is starting as we speak. It's going to take about 12 weeks to be completely demolished.
Right, and what's happening with the construction of Old Mendoran Road and the Bourbon Bar Road intersection? How's that going?
Yeah, there's a bit of work that's being done out there. About 12 months ago, Council resolved to close down a section of road there. There was a fatal accident. It's been a dangerous intersection for some time, and unfortunately there was another fatal accident last year as well there. Just the process of closing that road down, it's not a 5-second job just to say, oh, we might just close the road down. There's a railway line in there as well. You've got to make sure people can still get through there. There's some private area and some private land there. And then one of the things is, if you just go and close down a road, does it then create a problem at another intersection? So that process has been started. Again, there was a council resolution last year to close that road down. That process has been started, and we're getting more towards the back end of that now. So it's not closed down yet, but it won't be too far away that we'll see the final processes to close that section of road down and hopefully make that whole area around there a little bit safer.
And some folks in the Dubbo Regional Council area are going to be surveyed?
It's a really tricky thing at the moment, Rod. Community needs surveys. I've seen these done in the past. They've been really powerful. You get lots of great information back from the community. But the last time that I've been involved in one, which was a few years ago, there weren't the same number of phone scams that we have now. So one of the challenges for us, for our survey company, is when you ring and say, we're from Dubbo Regional Council, we want to survey you, there's so many scams out there, people will say, I don't want to be part of it because they think it could be a scam. So the reason we're talking about it is to let people know there is a survey happening. Still, there could be scammers out there. People could pretend to be from the Regional Council. If they start asking for things like your date of birth or your bank account details or please ask you to deposit money into this area, it's going to be a scam. But there is a survey going. It'll take about 15 minutes. And as long as you're satisfied that it is the legitimate survey, I'd encourage people to do it, because the idea is we want to get this feedback back from people. We'll be surveying. We'll get to 600, we believe, over the next 2 weeks. We really need 600 to make it a statistically valid survey. Once we get to 600, that's it. But you can also go online. If you really want to have your say, you can go online as well. Just go to the Dubbo Regional Council website and there'll be a link there. You can click on and go and fill in the survey yourself as well.
We're speaking with the Mayor of the Dubbo Regional Council and extended hours at one of your organisations.
Yeah, the animal shelter's got opening hours that have been extended now, so it makes it a bit easier for people to bring some animals there. Or, in fact, if you want to go and pick up an animal, if you want to go and rescue an animal that's been dropped off at the animal shelter, then now you can go there from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday to Friday, and on Saturdays 9 to 1:30. So it's still advised that you make an appointment because obviously trying to keep COVID safe still. We don't want too many people there at the same time, but at least you've got those extended hours. If you did want to make an appointment, just ring 6801 4640 and you can go and make an appointment there and, as I say, bring animals in or take animals away.
I know someone that's in the market for a rescue dog, so I'll pass on that information because it's a place to go. Now, there is been a media release put out by the Minister for Agriculture and Western New South Wales saying that a cane toad has been found in Dubbo. Is this of concern?
Well, I wasn't aware of that. Thank you for giving me that information. But that does seem like a concern because I tended to think that cane toads stayed pretty much up north. But wow, the changing environment that we've got at the moment, Rod, with a whole range of different areas, it is impacting, obviously, wildlife, plant life. So getting a cane toad down in Dubbo sounds pretty bad. I can't imagine that there's only one. If there's been one found, I can't imagine there's only one. So, yeah, that can be a concern. I'm not sure. What's the media release say about actions that are being taken as a result of that?
Minister for Agriculture has thanked the Dubbo community for its vigilance, but has encouraged residents to stay alert and report any potential cane toad sightings as soon as possible, as they're a serious biosecurity threat to all of New South Wales.
Yeah. Yep. Obviously, they didn't know about the border closures between Queensland and New South Wales. We better educate those cane toads. Stay out of New South Wales.
And to another animal, there's going to be a can of worms opening up in Dubbo.
It does sound like a great little Valentine's Day present, right? If you forgot about your Valentine's Day present, quick rush out. Get a ticket now from the Dubbo Regional Theatre and Convention Centre. Tomorrow night, the Can of Worms, which is a political satire. It's a political satire group called the Wharf Review Team. Jonathan Biggins, Drew Forsyth, Philip Scott, and they've actually got the shows featuring Amanda Bishop. Now, I can't tell you for sure whether it's the real Amanda Bishop or just one of the particular players in that dressed up as Amanda Bishop, but it does sound like a lot of fun. And we do have some real world-class events that come through our theatre. One of the things I love about having our theatre here is that we do attract those world-class events. I love going and seeing the comedy festival touring party that comes through each year rather than have to get down to Melbourne and see these international artists. We get to see them here in Dubbo, which is fantastic. The other great thing about this one is that tickets to this show typically are up around the $90 mark. It's a very well-regarded show, but it's actually been sponsored by Mari Astley, and so tickets now range from $29 to $57. So it makes it a bit cheaper. So you can buy your Valentine something that seems like a very expensive present, and in fact you're not paying too much for it.
Sounds like it'll be a thing to do. You can go to DRTCC and pick up yourself a couple of tickets and enjoy a good night out in Dubbo.
That's right. That's on Tuesday night. I'm saying buy the ticket today for your Valentine as a surprise for tomorrow night.
Too good. You have yourself a good day.
Thanks, Rod.